we're pretty fair about that. A lot of other teams won't have this kind of meeting. They'll tell you up front, if you don't like it, bye-bye. We haven't played that because that's kind of sloppy. But truly, if you don't like it, then make arrangements to find another team, because we are giving a hard time to these kids. And it's not always perfect. There's a lot of yelling. Some things are taken out of context, I know. And I mean, we're just trying to get them practiced up. If we're not intense with them, you guys, that's where the injuries do happen. If they're not aggressive out there, and we're not constantly on them to be aggressive, then that's where kids get hurt, in my opinion, and any other coach's opinion. So, I'm not an arrogant person. I've done this for about 6 years here, and I've done it for about 20 overall. And I just love teaching kids, you know. And this stuff comes up, so I get it. And it's supposed to come up. There's emotions. There's people's feelings are hurt. There's, you know, kids' playing time's a factor. There's all kinds of factors. But I guarantee you that this coaching staff only wants to help these kids. I'm not saying this out of defense. I just know that there's been some action. I've seen some emails and some texts, and I saw some ongoing after the game on Saturday. So I'm not the kind of guy that says if you don't like it, get out. I still can't find myself saying that, but we're doing our best. I think the boys are too. I don't know what else I'm missing, but I guess if you have concerns, I don't like doing this. Just, you know, let me know. We can talk about it now. We can talk about it in private. I think when you're winning, the things are a lot easier. When you're not, and I don't consider us not winning. Remember, you guys, we have 17 kids, and 2/3 of the time we've had 14. And if someone gets a hangnail, we got 13. And you know, I think we're hard on them. I don't think we're conditioning. I don't think we're overdoing it with them. And in the games, these guys are going both ways. I said in the email, and that's hard. I don't know that the league helped us too much with this team, to be dead honest, and I don't really want to get into that with them. But, you know, when you build an A team, you should build an A team. It should be all, you know, 15 out of 20 studs. And I'm not saying any of us aren't. And then the B teams form. But the league kind of made it so that you could recruit teams. Well, we lost 4 kids that we should have had that went to the other coach. And we lost 2 guys from last year that went up. We lost 2 guys that we missed because of weight. We lost 2 kids because they didn't want to play. I mean, this goes on and on. So I think tempers do flare with the coaches sometimes, but please know that the kids are in our best interest. I speak for everybody, and we had our meeting about it, and I don't think we want to lighten up. I mean, I think we want to keep putting heat on them and keep it going. You know, if we soften up, then it's going to reflect. You don't have to scream at a kid to get results, but you know, we got some yellers, including me. I don't think anybody's harder on their own kid than I am, truly. You probably hear me pretty often screaming back. So, whenever I played ball, the coaches always rode my ass, excuse my language, because they wanted me to be better. And I got it. And I did get better from it. I'll remember all those coaches when I was little, because they were rough, you know. And so it's football, you guys, and I mean, this happens in soccer, this happens in baseball. You know, it's just a pressure sport, and I think we're doing a good job, and I don't know, I wouldn't really do it any other way, honestly. Sure.
I agree with like the yelling and stuff, but positive, along with you're doing this work, but positive.
Dude, I lost
Pump them up. Don't make them scared to make a mistake out of it.
I lost the strap again.
That's constructive criticism, and that's good. And we're going to talk about that.
No, he doesn't.
There does need to be a lot more attaboys.
I think I found one.
I
found it like a clear, like a silver, like
a lot
that.
to learn, and everyone's saying 8, 9, 10
No, like a different one.
so
So we are trying
I think that's been discussed. So
He's gone.
that's good advice.
I lost my buckle again. That might be.
If we win, like you said, if we win Saturday, we're back to 2-2.
Yeah, I lost my again. Dad.
So, yeah, it's not all about winning, but guys, they want to win.
Dad.
And,
Dad.
you know, I think, you know, another thing that I think of is, I think of some of these kids that weren't there in the beginning and the level they've risen to, especially the new returning kids. Some of the returning kids have gotten a little better. Some of the returning kids haven't, and we expected that. So it kind of stayed flat. But think of all the little guys or big guys that started out. We're probably in our 10th week or 9th and a half week, and look at where they are now.
That's a medicine kit.
So take that from them.
In the bag.
Most of the teams I've been with the coaches for in these 2 years, and we've had some pretty good success. We've always been a B team for 3 years, 4 years, and now we're the A team. Sometimes you're going to see us with our heads down. We're just like, oh my God. A division's not that competitive. A divisions are always competitive. This one's like doable. You guys have seen the game, so. I sure think we should have won last week, but you know we didn't.
That's yours?
Been closer than we were.
Go.
Yeah.
We'll get better.
That's
and,
theirs.
If it's really harsh, you guys just email me.
Go, Blake. We're waiting on you.
You don't want to bring up now, fine. But I mean, I got to be honest with you. All the other coaches in this league, and this is the way I learned it coming up. They are gross about stuff like this, and they really don't care what you think. And I do, and I think we do. And I'm telling you, and I don't know that that's the right way, the way they do it, but we're pretty fair, I think. And so, you guys aren't all going to love the way.
My only thing is the negativity.
I think that was the only thing everybody's really cared about was the negativity. No one has any complaints with the coaches.
Okay. And what we really need from you guys too, because I've heard this too, is in the stands, the negativity.
Yeah.
Then it turns infectious. The guys on the sideline carrying the markers, all that. Anybody that's involved, parents, fans, cheerleaders. If we get down, we get down. That's just our nature, okay? Us, the coaches. Yeah, there needs to be more positives with the negatives. I totally agree. And we, like I said, we've talked about that. But once it starts getting, once the talk starts going on stands about this, that, and the other thing, and that came to my attention too, then you're really dead. So, I mean, we need you guys as much as anybody.
The coaches are fighting, or this kid, that kid, they're like, it's so hurting. So because the coaches are showing they're fighting with each other, then it's disorganized.
I disagree with you that it's disorganized, but
Well, that's what the people understand.
the more that goes on,
They throw on the ball.
it's
Really hard for them. They're short on people. You've got a game plan, expecting everybody to show up or everybody to be there. They're not going to show Bobby and whoever doesn't show up. So they've got to
Taylor can help you.
that
I'll tell you, when you have 20 kids, you're 12. Y'all got to play 12 plays. Whichever one will play the whole game. I don't. That's another kind of bad thing. But y'all pay your dues. I got a daughter that plays soccer that's 600 a quarter.
So get your book out.
Best top 10 teams in the state as a testimonial. And she's in league, and she doesn't come off the bench in league. And her home game for her. So I know what it's like to have, and she's pretty good. She's really good on a really good team. Anyway, that's not us, but it's so much harder to sub with 15 than it is with 22. Because when you have 22, you got groups, you got teams, you got A's and B's, you got this, you got different packages. That's the only, and I don't take it personally, that's the only thing that is almost impossible to organize. Because we have so few, we're in a tough league, we're running plays to one side. If we bring Billy in, I don't want him on that strong side that I'm going to, I got to put him on the left side. But I've already had the play in mind, and then they go, hey man, here comes the kid. You're like, oh. We've got so many kids missing, so many kids not coming to practice, that we can't really set up our kick and kick return team because we don't know who the hell we have half the time. So I hear you, but unorganized is a little harsh, and with that amount of kids on the team, it is, I said that in the email, it's literally impossible to plan a practice, execute a practice.
Ask Dusty, I think we have one in the truck.
Sub kids, I mean, you see the teams with more kids, you see 4 or 5 coming in at a time. And then there's 4 or 5 waiting, here they come, let's go. For us, it's like, where do we put them? Where do we go? It's not because the kid, it's because of the lack of players.
Well, a lot of times the kid that's coming in isn't going in for the kid that isn't going into the same position as the kid that's coming out. So we got to shift everybody around in the huddle and get them to the right position.
don't have
And that's
three.
what the coaches
Kids
are
don't have
going.
2 or 3
Well,
positions.
and you got 30 seconds to do
4
this.
positions, 5 positions for some of these kids. Some
That's
kids
why I'm
have 4
like,
and 5 positions.
Shut up, shut up.
That's tough.
And we're not crying, you guys. I love this. This is it for me this year. No, I love this. And then every off season, I'm like, okay, get away. I'm not doing it again. And then you get a little closer, you're like, okay, it's in your blood. So I guarantee you, all of us love it. I think every one of us played. Every one of us coaches other sports. You guys are all involved in more than one sport, I'm sure, more than one kid. So I mean, you know. But I hear you guys on the positives. I agree, and less negatives and more positives. Totally agree. We talked about it.
We need to that they need positive. They need that. They need to know that.
Pump them up as much as we can.
Break them
Bring
down.
them to water. And these guys are like tough. I mean, they can be awesome. One play, and the very next play, and then come on. And that's for the age, and there is not a ton of mental toughness at 8, 9, and 10. They might be bright in the book, but it's tough. Football's a hard game. It's hard. I'm telling you, you think you got it, and you get wrapped on your butt, and you're like, and if you get hit hard one time, even if you're a tough kid, you're thinking twice about coming back after their big Billy, because he might knock you around. So it's hard. We're not that big either, really, for Bantam. A lot of teams have 8 and 9-year-olds that are 100 pounds, 110 pounds, whatever they are. We're a bunch of 10-year-olds that are fast, and it seems like, not all, but it seems like it's tough to create the mix. We don't have we were fast getting involved. We don't have a blazer that gets to the outside, so our plays are limited. You know, Blake and Nathan have decent arms, but it's hard to be a quarterback at this level because of the, you know, they could blitz at any time. It's hard getting your feet set, you know, and then there's the practices. And if you guys notice, we could practice with almost everybody in one session because we don't have enough to do stations. In the beginning, we had stations everywhere, coaches freaking out, yelling, having fun, which is part of football. And you know, I felt like now we're regressing back to tackling again in week 9, which even the big boys do. They all do it, even the pros. So when you have a game that you're missing, you got to go back to what you missed. You got to fix what broke. But it's all good. We're not doing some of the stuff we were doing over the last few weeks. We're going back to tackling. That's most of our practice. So, and I'm like, and these are the coaches telling me, Coach, tough. You can't be running your handoffs in your plays for half an hour to get your plays perfect because we're not doing the basics right. And that's why I have these guys. By the way, it's never been me, my team. I hate that. It's your team too, but it's our team. I call these guys every day. I'm sure they see my call come and go, oh my God, here we go. Okay, here's what I want to do tonight. What do you want to do? You know, that's the way I do it. I don't have time to mastermind everything. I wish I did, but I mean, Ryan can attest, Dave can attest. These two I spare because I don't want to make them run away. But I mean, every single day. And then it takes an hour to set up the practice. And it takes a few hours, you know, and I'm not crying, I'm just saying there's a lot of work to it, you know, and then I'm supposed to go chase down game film. I've gotten none so far. So, no, but you want to chase down the other team's game film for the team they played that's your next opponent. You know, and that's great. And last year we got a tape almost every game. Like the first 2 guys I called that said they didn't have tape. I'm like, okay. I don't know. So anyway,
real quick, can I say something?
Please email me.
I think it's really important for the parents, and I try to do this regardless of whether or not I agree with the coaches or I agree with their teachers, even at school. I make sure my kid knows that they need to respect them. I will never, ever call out a coach or call out a teacher in front of my kid because they will lose respect for that teacher or that coach. And that, I think, is just way wrong. I will pull the coach aside. I will pull the teacher aside and say, hey, I don't like this. I think it's these kids, when you do that, they lose so much respect for these coaches, and these coaches do. They come out here and they bust their butt. I've seen some of them watching game film, and I kid you not, these coaches spend hours sitting there going play by play by play, going through. It's tedious. I hate watching. I will never go again. But they spend so much time, not even on this field, off this field, devoted to each and every one of your kids. So for your kids to come in here, including my own, I mean, I do the same thing with my own. For them to come in here and disrespect any of them, I won't take it. I won't, and I don't like the fact that there is kids out there that sit there and look at these coaches and go, "Who cares? My mommy don't like him, so who cares?" And that to me is just the worst. So if I have anything, that's my little spiel for the day. You can take it away from there. I just
coaching your sons. I don't know. That's a whole other thing too, right, guys? I mean, it just is. And I almost feel like, this has nothing to do with us really right now, but I almost want to let my guy go next year. Maybe he gets better if I get out, you know? There's to that, and I said that in the email too, that